There's nothing quite like the days leading up to a wheat harvest in central Kansas. The farmers are anxiously preparing for one of their most important times of the year. The ripening process for wheat takes several weeks to go through, with the wheat slowly changing from a light green to a golden brown color. Finally, when the wheat is ripe and ready to cut, the farmers release their combines into the field. But how do you know when the wheat is ready to cut? That's a good question. The next clip is of myself taking a sample of wheat to the elevator to see if the wheat is ripe enough to cut. Hi.
Hi. Sample?
Yep. This testing device analyzes the wheat and provides a reading of moisture content, test weight, and impurities. If the moisture is below 14, it is time for us to begin harvesting.
11.
Nice. The moisture was 11. We will now begin harvest. The whole family gets excited, as you will hear in this next clip as my sister Laura does her best to explain what is going on.
Now we are starting to cut the wheat. And there's the whole field. And that's the part that we cut. And a little over there. And it's going into the header and into the combine and out.
While Laura is technically accurate in her description of the process of combining wheat, it is a little more complex than that. Basically, the header you see there cuts the wheat and brings it inside the machine, where it is beaten to separate the seed from the rest of the plant. The seed falls below, where it is augured up to the bin to be stored until it is time to unload. The rest of the plant is moved to the back of the machine, where it is deposited to the ground. Most farmers have a straw chopper on the back of their combine, but we, being cattle farmers as well, leave the straw in a row to be baled up for feed. This is my dad running the tractor and baler used to pick up the straw. The baler picks up the straw and wraps it round and round inside, forming a bale, which we will later feed to our cattle. When the bale is done, you stop and let the baler wrap it with a net so it doesn't fall apart. The baler then ejects the bale and you start the process of making a new one. When the combine is full of wheat, it is time to unload.
Okay, so Kendall's gonna unload right now.
The wheat is transferred from the bin where it was being stored to the grain semi parked in the field. Some farmers have a tractor and grain cart that drives alongside the combines in the field so they don't have to stop. However, combines have fast-powered augers that help shorten the time when you do have to stop. Although maybe not this fast. When the semi is loaded, it is now time to take the wheat to a grain elevator. Now we're on our way to the elevator with a load of wheat in the back. And we're going to dump it there, and then they send it on, and we get paid for it. This is Schooler Elevator in Salina, Kansas, where we take all of our wheat. The first thing you do when you get to the elevator is pull onto the scale where you can get weighed to find your original weight. The elevator will then take a sample, which is basically the same as the one you saw earlier, except that this is a larger sample size. Then you drive down to the pit where you dump the wheat.
They are opening up the pit thing so all the wheat can come out.
Yep, as Laura said, the wheat comes out into the pit and is augured up to the top of the elevator and down into the bins where it is stored. Now we are back in the field to harvest another load. However, it is almost time to eat, which brings me to one of my favorite parts of harvest, eating in the field. My Aunt Cheryl brings home-cooked food to the field where we can eat without having to stop and go home, which saves time. Harvest can really make you hungry, and this food is delicious, as you can tell. Here we are harvesting a field right before a huge thunderstorm. One of the reasons why harvest is such a rush to get done is because if it rains on the wheat, the test weight will go down, resulting in less profit for the farmers. That cloud you see there ended up dumping 5 inches of rain on a neighboring town. In this next clip, I asked some of the members of my family what their favorite part of harvest is. What's your favorite part of harvest, Kendall?
Favorite part? I don't know the answer, but everything.
What do you normally do?
I bail. I
Bail. Sweet. What's your favorite thing about harvest, Nathan?
I like driving the combine.
You like driving the combine. Is that what you do most of the time?
Most of the time. I like switching off every now and then. Just to get a change of pace. There's nothing like this. It's actually relaxing.
Oh yeah, dude.
What's your favorite part of harvest, or what do you do?
I usually haul the grain to the elevators, and I go for parts when we need repairs. And I like it that my sister-in-law brings the food, so I get off from cooking for a few days.
Yay! Sounds good.
Harvest is almost done, and we're almost done with our last field, and we will be, and it has been good.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Plant the wheat or ride the combine.
As you can see, even our dog likes to get in on the fun of harvest. Well, it's been a long day and it's almost dark. Time to quit, right? Nope. Even after dark, sometimes even until 12 or 1 in the morning, harvest continues to roll on.
Here's Kendall. Still bailing.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope you learned something about how wheat harvest works on a family farm. I think farmers are some of the most hardworking people out there and should get more credit than they do. So the next time you eat something made from wheat, remember this video and thank the farmers who made that meal possible. Alright, thanks for watching.